big a result is that from your players?
Oh, it's huge. You know, going into the game, I don't think many people give us much of a chance, you know, to come here and play a very good Rangers team, but there's a real determination about the team today. I thought once they got over the initial flurry that happens in Old Firm games, I thought we were by far the better side.
Were you worried yourself, given that I guess the first three names in your team sheet, your captain, your top goal scorer, and Sean Maloney, were missing? Freddie Lundberg, who would have, I guess, come in had he not been ill, also unavailable as well. Were you worried yourself?
Yeah, with 9 players out, you know, Hooper, you know, the 2 South Korean boys as well, Murphy and Capel. So, you know, out of the crisis comes opportunities for other players, and they really stood up to it today. I thought Mulgrew came in and did a great job for us on the left-hand side, and Kyle was fantastic, considering he's not played much football for the last 3 months. And we looked the team out there, you know, Rangers put us under pressure towards the second part of the second half, but we defended brilliantly today.
What do you think was the difference?
Getting a foothold in the game, you know, we got a grip in midfield. I felt Samaras was a big difference today. When he plays like that, he's virtually unplayable in this country anyway. And I thought he'd give De Gea and Weir, you know, a headache all day. And he started the game well. He was a good outball for us and scored 2 great goals.
You know, I remember going up to speak to you at Winnocktown, and I spoke about last year and how you addressed this season, because it felt that Rangers maybe had a bit more muscle. I thought Kyle came in today and was fantastic. He maybe didn't do anything pretty, but he dug it up with a wee bit of Lee McCulloch does for Rangers. There's a bit of steel in there, especially with Scott Brown missing. But I thought one of your best performances today by a long stretch was Ronya. I thought he was outstanding, I thought he was solid. Him and Mastorovic bossed the game. I was one of those guys, Neil, I have to admit that I thought Rangers would win today. I thought they had the edge. But I tell you what, they guys, I think that back just let you build a platform for the second half that you go forward, and I felt you did really well.
I thought his positioning was excellent, you know, when the balls were in wide areas. You know, he kept Miller fairly quiet, and that's not an easy thing to do this season. And he headed the ball at times, you know, the two of them were resolute. He's a young man, he's had horrendous injury problems, but we feel he's got a good future if he can stay fit, and he's had a run of games now, you know, and he's starting to show.
I think there was also the change at half time, and I think you probably realised that Samaras had the run, the pace, because one thing you can guarantee with Samaras, he can run. But I think you got closer to him, the first initial start of the second half, little head flick on for Paddy. I just generally thought then after, I don't know what you said at half time, but it was as if Leslie was further forward, Kale was 5 yards further up, and suddenly they couldn't really get out or going at you. They played in front of you but never really went anywhere.
I think they got a bit of belief. Charlie just before half time, and they did a good spell in the game for 15-20 minutes, and I think Paddy's rolled Forreston and McCulloch's made a great tackle on him, you know, so, and Forrest was starting to get a bit of joy down this right hand side towards the end of the first half, and they got a bit of belief in themselves, and you know, they started the second half very, very well, which is something we haven't done over the past few games. And we were resolute, we were well disciplined, and you know, our front men did the damage today.
Let's have a look at the first goal from Giorgio Samaras. How did you see it from your back?
Well, it's something we've talked about, you know, the counter attack, and Sammy can play up on the last man, and Joe's picked a great pass, and he's got the legs, and you know, his composure there is fantastic. Now, the one thing about Sammy is the consistent things is inconsistency, but on his day he can be as good as this, you know. I've seen him playing World Cups like this, and he definitely has fantastic attributes. You just need to get into his head a wee bit, you know, that he can achieve this, and I thought he was unplayable today, I really did.
I think we all get to the stage with Samaras. I mean, it must drive you bonkers rather than us, but because I think he becomes an individual that it's quite easy to knock him, because I think he's got change of pace, he's got good height, you know, he can really chase people down, but you just wonder sometimes, do you really want to do it? How often do you want to do it? And sometimes you see him wide left, not interested, and then suddenly today he's interested.
He's probably like a lot of players, Charlie, confidence. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't scored for a long time, he gets it first, and then he does this thing with Samaras has got in the windows. He'll just face somebody up and he'll use his body just to get in front of him, wins a penalty, all of a sudden he steps up, strokes it away, and he'll be as high as a kite.
And he certainly was confident enough to take the penalty as well.
Well, again, look where he's picking the ball up, you know. He can do this, he's on his own basically. You know, he's got that athleticism to get away from people, he's throwing a foul, and he had the confidence to go and take the penalty. Spoke to Gordon yesterday about him, and he said just let him play up there on his own. And I thought he started the game very, very well, and from then on, you know, the beatings of the girl and the year most of the time, and he played the two of them on his own brilliantly. Yeah, composure to go and do that, you know, technically he can be very, very good. It's like Charlie says, he's all the attributes to be, you know, not just top class, world class, but it's getting them to do it on a consistent basis.
Do you hope to strengthen and build on that to strengthen the transfer window?
Well, we're hoping to. I mean, we've got Lundberg, and you know, look what happened. He came down with a virus on Friday. We checked him out yesterday, and there's absolutely no chance of him taking any part. So hopefully we'll have him. We'll have Brian back for the next few games. Hooper was not far away, but you always look to strengthen from a position of strength, I suppose. So hopefully we can do, but there'll not be too many players leaving.
There have been some difficult results and performances at Celtic Park in the last month or so in between the cold snap. What kind of confidence does this give the fellas to build on?
Oh, massive, massive. I think it is good to get it, you know, away from. We've had 4 games in a row at Celtic Park, and they've not been easy, you know, they've been difficult games. But the last 2, you know, the performances have been okay in the main, but we haven't been taking our chances. But this will give the team, the club, the supporters a massive lift.
What's it like being a manager in these fixtures? This is your first one at Ibrox. Have a look at yourself here. Do you recognise yourself? What's going through your head?
That's our cameras, isn't it?
Thinking, it is. I thought it was alright today, to be fair. But I mean, you try to keep a lid on your emotions, especially here. You don't want to antagonise the crowd. But you know, it's an old firm derby. It's a massive game. It was a game that probably we needed to win, and the players have answered all the questions today that we asked them. I have to say they showed great character today, and no shortage of quality either. I'm very proud of them today.
Have you answered a few questions yourself today? Because you had to shake it up. It was a real patch-up performance, a patch-up side that you had to produce today.
You know, the criticism level of myself was we don't win the big games. Well, you know, that had to come sooner or later, so might as well have been today. So that was a huge game in the context of the season for us, and we've done it. So we need to build on that from now.
So when you're happy with the performance and the win, from in here, it sounded as if outside the Celtic fans done the game proud today as well with a minute's silence. I thought, for what we could hear in here, it was just nothing.
Yeah, I was just feeling fantastic. I didn't want to walk out because the whistle had gone. It was, you know, hell of a great dignity, I have to say, and rightly so.
Neil, credit to you, the Celtic supporters and your players. Thanks very much for joining us as well.
Thank you.
Nice to hear from Neil Lennon. Coming up after the break, there'll be more reaction to the side's Old Firm victory.